What is going on, my people? How is everybody doing and how is everybody feeling? And today, my people, welcome back to another video. And today, my people, I got a very special video for you all today. So today, I'm going to be talking about why I gave up weed and why I gave up drinking. Those two things do not have a place in my life anymore. But let me say this though, I wouldn't consider myself a drinker at all. I might even drink maybe once a month, if anything. But deep down in my heart, I know that I don't like drinks. And if I do a little drink, it's for like one type of celebration. And that's champagne, because I'm a Bel Air Poppy. I'm just saying, I'm being honest. I'm not on here to cap. But I wouldn't consider myself a drinker. I'm talking about compared to people that could go out every night and get a drink, or somebody that needs to drink every single day. No, some of the time, I might even drink once a year. That's just how it is. But that's just me. Half of the time, I'll go out somewhere, I don't even want to drink. I don't go looking for a drink, but if it's Bel Air there, I might just sip on it. You know what I mean? Because that's just my favorite, quote unquote, if I wanted to be a casual drinker. So I wouldn't consider myself that. But smoking weed, I haven't smoked weed in years. I would never go back to smoking weed. Why I gave up weed? Okay, so for me, when I first started smoking weed, my weed, not even a habit, my weed experience, me being introduced to weed was when I was doing all of that new age stuff. And what do I mean by new age stuff? I'm talking about the meditation, believing in my own self, my inner self, not really, still praying. I was still praying, but for me, my walk with Christ and trying to meditate and then still pray to God, but still doing yoga, and it's like I was all over the place. I only was doing weed for spiritual reasons. When I was into the astral projection and doing all of that stuff, that's why I was smoking weed. It wasn't because everybody else was doing it or I wanted to be down. Even from young, I was always a young man or a child that wanted to just be different. And now that I'm older now, at 28, I still want to be different. Like, I still don't want to be like everybody else. That was just me. So when everybody else was smoking weed every day, I wasn't smoking weed every day. I was doing it for spiritual reasons. I was doing it because I thought that when I would smoke weed, it would make me closer to my creator. And for a certain amount of time, I felt like it was helping, regardless if I really knew if it was or wasn't. But to me, I thought that it was helping. What I didn't realize was that every time I smoked, it would make me paranoid, or it would just make me just not maneuver the way that I was if I was sober. That's why in the Bible, the Most High speaks about it. The Most High says that you need to be sober. Because if you're not sober, when you're in that drunken state, that's when the devil can easily attack you. When I used to smoke weed, and meditate. That was my way of doing it. Everybody used to smoke. When I was around, they used to smoke weed every day, be chilling, drinking. No. I wanted to do it for spiritual reasons. I wanted to smoke and just be with myself, and that's it. Like, I don't want to just be around people and just smoke weed and get turned up and do all of that, because the minute I realized once I started doing that, that's when it started becoming to where a lot of crazy things was coming my way. Like, I would be fornicating with girls that I shouldn't have been doing that. My state of mind, I wasn't making the most rational decisions than if I was sober. But once I started smoking weed and drinking to me is one of the craziest combinations in my eyes, because especially for me, I don't care what nobody else do, and I don't care what nobody else tries to tell me. For me in my life, it don't work. Weed and drinking does not work. For me, why would I want to be like that? Why would I want to be in a state where it's like I kind of don't even know what happened the next day? Or why would I want to be in this kind of low state, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like that. I need to be alert. Like, I need to make sure that everything around me is like I'm on point. And when I'm sober, that's when I'm at my best version of myself, because I'm in a sober state. I could see things for what they are. It's not like I'm in a state where it's like I don't know. I just don't want to be in that state. You know what I mean? So when I used to do it, I was smoking. I was still trying to find myself. The type of weed that I used to smoke, it was very potent. I personally knew that when I was smoking, it was for spiritual reasons. Everybody that I used to smoke with, they all would always be the ones to also vouch for me. So if other people would be like, oh, how long have you been smoking? I'd be like, nah, I'm not really a smoker like that. I'm just doing it for my own reasons, right? When I used to also smoke weed, it would literally put me in a state of what I really wanted to be when sober. I wanted to be calm. I wanted to be, you know, relaxed. And I wanted to be able to like, kind of like look at things differently. Because every time I smoke, it literally always changed the way that I see the world. You know what I mean? It like made me look at things differently. You know, it always made me feel like, okay, once I smoke, I was about to be in an entire different reality. For a certain amount of time, I enjoyed that, you know, because everything that I was watching, all the people that I looked up to at the time, they was doing it, they was on a good spiritual journey, and I'm just like, okay, cool, I want to do the same thing. So yes, some people will be like, oh, you know, I'm not influenced. I can honestly say, like, I'm a very transparent and honest person. I got influenced, regardless if it was good or bad. I still got influenced by the spiritual people that I was looking up to and the things that they were doing, right? For the longest time, I was just doing weed for a certain amount of time. I was meditating, I was going into nature, which then again, that route that I was going was literally going against God. So yes, even though I was praying, still talking to God, at the end of the day, slowly but surely, I was still going away from God because it was still making me rely on something else that wasn't the word of God. It wasn't sent by God. Like, I know for a fact that God didn't send me this weed. I know that for a fact. Weed for me was me trying to be on a spiritual journey, trying to connect, trying to do the things that a lot of other spiritual people that I watched was doing. So I wasn't just smoking weed every day. When I did smoke, a lot of times I would rather do it alone. Like, I don't want to be around a girl. I don't want to be around guys and just be smoking and doing all of that. But for me, every time I smoked, something internally, even when I was like doing it, I would always be like, okay, something is not right. Something is not feeling right. Like, they said weed's supposed to be good. Don't get me wrong, I did have good moments, but it wasn't until I had that first bad trip and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm done. Once I had that first bad trip, it was over. Like, I don't know if that was bad weed or what, but that's another fear of mine. I can't go back to that because where I'm at now on my spiritual journey, it's not the same anymore. Like, I don't need weed anymore. When I was smoking weed, I was looking for something. I feel like I needed this thing in order to function in the world. And now that I know that I don't need that, thank you to the Most High. Thank you, Father God, for literally freeing me from that, because I don't need that anymore. I'm literally in a place where I can be calm, I can be mellow and chilled naturally without me having to smoke that. The drinking, I haven't really spoke too much about the drinking in this video, but the drinking used to be bad, right? A lot of times, a lot of people say, when I drink, it brings out the real side of me. I'm a man that understands the importance of really knowing yourself, knowing thyself. That's very important. I need to know myself, you know? I need to make sure that everything I'm doing is me. If I have to take something in order to be my true self and be comfortable, there's something that's an issue. I should naturally feel that way within myself. You know what I mean? I should naturally feel that way. Just how it is. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even know if that makes sense, but I'm being straightforward. I'm not gonna censor my words. I'm not always speaking the most clearly or on point, but those that understand me will understand me. That's all that matters, right? But for me, when I used to drink, the heavy drinking days, I remember them days, man. I used to like go out with all my bros and get drunk to when my stomach was hurting. That's probably why I have the stomach issues I have now, because I used to drink so heavy, and I would literally always do it to when maybe like I was throwing up. And that's the thing about me. I've always been a person that's gonna do it or not. I don't know about halfway. It's like I'm never in the middle. It's either I'm gonna drink a lot or I'm not drinking that night. So when it comes to drinking, for me, I was literally out of control. I was out of control. Anything when it comes to substances, I was just always just out of control, to be weed or drinking. Out of control. Thank God, the grace of God, I never smoked a cigarette in my life. I'm blessed about that, or you know, have tried any other drug. I just thank God. I really thank God, because it's crazy out here. You know, there's a lot of people in this generation that's addicted to these things, and they will glorify it. You know what I mean? They're listening to music where they're glorifying these things, saying that when I'm lit or when I'm, you know, drugged up, that's when I'm my real self. No, that's not. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, people don't even know that drinking, if you look at, because I'm from Brooklyn, so There's like a liquor store like on every corner, on every block. It's just crazy. A lot of the times you'll see wine and spirits, right? A lot of people don't know that once you drink that alcohol, it's like you're literally injecting spirits in you. Like you're opening up yourself. When you drink, you're opening up yourself to spirits. Half of the time, some people be like, yo, was so lit, yo, I didn't even know that I did that, yo. Like, that's not even like me. What? You gotta pay attention to these things. If somebody was drinking and then says, that's not even like me, or yo, I can't believe I even did that, that wasn't you. You literally opened yourself up to the spirits. If you don't think that that's real, then I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? Because some people would believe in ghosts and not spirits. It don't make sense to me. But when you drink, you're opening yourself up. A lot of people say, I like to get lit because it makes me do this. It makes me more nasty and bad, or it makes me be myself more. That's bad. That means that you need that. That's not really you. Who are you off these substances? Who are you off the alcohol? Who are you off the weed? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not coming at nobody. I'm coming at my old self. This is a video coming at my old self. I'm clowning my old self for even getting into that stuff. I'm not here to bash folks that do that. Y'all do what y'all want. And it's not saying that right now because I'm right with God. I've been stopped, but I knew, like I said, you have to know thyself. Know when something is no longer serving you. If you know something is not serving you and you still do it, you're literally going against yourself and you're going to be damaging yourself long term. That's just how it is. So if you don't want to do something and you continue to do it because for whatever reason, you're going to damage yourself and hurt yourself in due time. So weed, I knew once weed wasn't serving me no more. I just couldn't do it. The drinking heavily, not even heavily, but just, you know, on the weekends, consistent. Like I wouldn't even count one drink a month. Responsibly drinking, not just drinking and trying to get so drunk, and no, just casually drinking, have a little drink. You out with friends, you know, it's a birthday party, you do a little drink, and then you don't do it anymore. And then you don't do it until you mad drunk and throwing up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. At some point, I just won't drink anymore because I know me. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't even talk in a sense like I am a drinker, or if I do drink a little bit. It's just like, because I'm not a drinker. Like, I could go to different places every day and just not drink and watch everybody else drink, to a person that drinks every week or every day. So I'm on a whole different level when it comes to this, you know what I mean? So that's why I can't declare myself a drinker. Like I said, I'm just blessed. I'm just super blessed that I smoke weed anymore and I don't drink, you know what I mean? So that's just my whole thing. But I do know at some point that I have to not even do that little once a month thing, or if I'm at a, you know, gathering, you know, because half of the time I might just do a little sip, taste it, but it's not like I'm drinking or, you know, boom, boom. It's just like, nah, like a celebration, I might just do it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I won't say that I'm a drinker because I don't need it. Like, I don't, here's the thing. There's a difference between a person that goes somewhere and they running to go to the bar to get a drink. Like, I can go to any function and not drink and I'll be fine. Yeah, my people, man, I hope that y'all learned something from this. I hope this help people gain some type of wisdom from it. Because like I said, I always want to be authentic. I don't mind being judged for the things that I speak about, because at the end of the day, it's just me speaking my own stories and my own experiences and speaking my own opinions. You know what I'm saying? Folks judge Christ first, so I know folks gonna judge me too. Christ was the most perfect man, and they judged him, you know, and then they crucified him. If Christ could deal with that, then I could deal with these little like opinions and stuff that folks throw at me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just being real at the end of the day. I'm speaking my life experiences. I'm not saying what I'm doing is right or wrong, but at the end of the day, this is my life. This is my stories. All right, so y'all let me know what y'all thought about this video. And until next time, much love.